What is happening, y'all? Jay here, and in this Elden Ring DLC video, we are going to complete one of two of the most important quest lines, the St Trina and Thiollier Quest, the other one being the Sir Ansbach and Freyja Quest, and they allow you to summon two NPCs for the final boss and reward you handsomely with some amazing armor and weapon. But we need to do this quest before the point of no return. So you wanna do them as soon as possible. Let's get started. And start we need to from the Cerulean Coast. So first let's get there. So for the first leg of the walkthrough, you start at the castle front site of Grace, and from here you head in this direction until you reach this valley area. Go under this and reach the swamp area, and finally through this and reach the Elak River Cave. And if you're wondering how to get this colossal greatsword, which I believe is the best strength weapon in the game, I will link that guide in the description below. From this location, you need to go downstream and then underneath this whole area. And when you come out on the other side, you go further south until you reach the Cerulean Coast. From the Cerulean Coast grey site, we need to move south and reach here, the Fissure. And if this is your first time to this place, you can also unlock the map of this area, which is conveniently placed in the direction we are headed. Now, when we reach the very edge of the map, we are looking for a hole in the ground and head down from there to the depths below, one drop at a time, and be careful to not fall to your death. And very soon, you shall reach the fissure. From here, the next site of grace is pretty close by and it's mostly a linear path. So, go through this narrow pathway and on the other side, we'll find the next site of grace. Okay, so from here, we need to reach the next grace site. So what you're gonna do is, head straight from here and then jump on the ledge. Move forward and jump right. Go through the linear path and then get to the very edge. And no sooner you do that, the ground underneath will break and that'll get you to the next section of the map. From here, we just need to head straight until we reach the next site of grace. Also, do take your time to explore this area. It does have a lot of treasures. Feel free to activate this grace site, collect the Erdtree blessing and jump down. So, this section of the map has a lot of enemies, so be careful. Anyways, so first drop down onto this platform, take care of these guys, climb up from here and then you wanna take a left. Drop down, collect the treasure and then climb up again to finally use the ledge on the left to climb down to the next. Again, same thing. Use the ledge and jump to the next platform and continue your linear climb up. And not before long, you're gonna reach this narrow section from where you need to jump down to reach your next site of grace. Continue your climb until you come across a blob-like thing. Take care of it and then take a right from there. Where you're gonna come across it's a mini boss, nothing more than that. Defeat him and then we have 2 more jumps and that'll lead us to the final site of grace, and from where you have to climb a lot of stairs and then just drop down to reach our boss. And if you want to know how to easily defeat him, I'll link that boss guide in the description below. After you defeat the boss, activate this site of grace, and you'll be able to gain access to the cave in the purple garden, where you're gonna find St Trina, and she's gonna pop this question. Do nothing. I repeat, do nothing. Just leave. Up next, we need to travel to Pillar Path's Site of Grace, where you need to now interact with Thiollier to then get an option to tell the NPC St Trina's whereabouts. So go ahead and do that and make sure to exhaust the NPC's dialogue. So now you want to head back to St Trina and you will find Thiollier has already made it there. Next, you want to speak to her, where she basically tells you why Thiollier should be the one to take St Trina's poison, and that if you do, you'll be put to eternal sleep. But you don't listen to her and take St Trina's poison yourself, and you're gonna die. But don't worry, you're gonna wake up at the Site of Grace, so collect all your ruins back and head over to St Trina again and do the same thing again. And you're gonna do this 3 more times. After this, there's a cutscene where St Trina speaks to you. Now you wanna head back, but this time to speak to Thiollier and tell her that you spoke to St Trina. And at this point, Thiollier gets a bit angry at you, for she thought she's the chosen one and that she alone can hear St Trina's voice. So she basically doesn't believe you. So you try again, but she's had enough of you and she tells you to get lost for lying.
I will never forgive you.
So what do? We show it to her. It's time to drink the poison and doze off again. So go ahead, die again. You will have another black screen where St Trina speaks to you. And when you wake up, you will see the path ahead is blocked and you will get invaded by Thiollier. Defeat the NPC to pick up the St Trina Smile Talisman. We now need to head back to the cave, and what are we gonna do? Yep, die again. We have some more St Trina dialogue. And this time though, Thiollier will finally believe you, and the NPC is curious to what St Trina tells you. And after that, she basically talks to herself and asks of St Trina to speak to her in her everlasting slumber. Now, what you wanna do is reset the area. So teleport to the stone coffin grace site, and when you return to the garden, you will basically hear Thiollier say, and that completes the main part of the Thiollier quest. Now, all you need to do is burn the tree, but before you do that, make sure you complete the Freyja Questline as well. After which, you want to summon both Thiollier and Ansbach for the final boss, and upon defeat, you get the 2 best armor and weapon sets in this DLC.